Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Xfinity Series, United Rentals 250 from Talladega. This will be the 37th Xfinity race at Talladega. United Rentals 250, 250.04 miles, 94 laps, 3 stages, 25, 25, and 44. Some of the notes about Talladega and Xfinity Series: Colic Racing has won 4 of the last 8, 2 of those with Justin Haley. Chevrolet has won 10 straight. 2 of the last 10 winners started outside the top 10. So qualifying does matter at Talladega. As much as people say it's a wild card race, you can win from anywhere, technically no. I mean, the history shows that 2 drivers in the last 10 races have started outside the top 10. Both of those started 19th. 4 of the last 7 started 8th or 9th. So top 10 qualifying run. 34 of 36 winners. So in the history of the Xfinity Series at Talladega, we got 36 races. 34 of those winners started in the top 23. So there's a lot of talk about, the big one in the back. The big one happens in the front nowadays. It seems like everybody gets all excited, and the wires in the helmet start shorting out, and we still did the Truck Series yesterday. All right, last 10 races between Talladega and Daytona. Yes, they're similar. Yes, they're different. One's 2.66 here at Talladega. Start-finish line is almost in turn 1. At the end of the dog leg, Daytona, start-finish line is right in the middle. It's 2.5 miles, but it's a similar setup. Typically, you have drivers that run well at both tracks, and you have drivers that run well at one or the other. Unlike Atlanta, because Atlanta is more, yes, it's a drafting track, but it's more that handling makes a difference. I know in the Truck Series preview, I kind of talked about Atlanta because it's a drafting track. I think with the cars, it's more Atlanta's its own little beast, and then Daytona and Talladega are together. So in the last 10 races, 2022, 23, and 24, Daytona and Talladega, A.J. Allmendinger, average finish 8.85 with a win. Riley Herbst, 10.25. Cole Custer, 12.1. Ryan Sieg, 12.2. Sheldon Creed, 13.2. Chandler Smith, 13.2. Jesse Love, 14.0 in a win. Mind you, that only win the win that Justin Love has, or Jesse Love has, came at Talladega, his only start. Justin Allgaier, 14.0. Austin Hill, 14.4 in a win. There's a guy that runs so well at the drafting tracks. Austin Hill, Daytona, Atlanta. But he's never mastered Talladega, really. It's kind of crazy because that win came at Daytona. I mean, if it's Daytona, Atlanta, Austin Hill wins, one pick, done. Jeff Burton, average finish 14.8 with a win. He won a couple years ago to make the playoffs. Now, if you look at the last 5 races on these 2 tracks, so 23 and 24, Sheldon Creed, 4.0 average finish. For a guy who's never won, that's actually pretty decent. There's 3 drivers in this sport that I don't like. And I know certain times, certain drivers, you're going to pick to win regardless if you like them or dislike them, if your goal is to be accurate. My goal is to be accurate. Sometimes I can put the I don't like away. Other times, I root for issues with them. Yeah, like the previous guy. Sheldon Creed, average finish 4.0 at these 2 tracks in 2 years. Right, Riley Herbst 11.8, Cole Custer 12.8, Jeff Burton 13.0, Chandler Smith 13.5, Jesse Love 14.0, Ryan Sieg 14.4, Parker Kligerman 15.5, Justin Allgaier 16.4, and Austin Hill 17.4. Now, if we just go down to just Talladega, so 22 and 23, Talladega and the 24 spring race. 4 races at Talladega. Jesse Love, 1 start, 1 win, 1.0 average finish. Cole Custer, 7.0. A.J. Allmendinger, 7.66. Now, we know a lot of talk has been made here recently of Colic Racing, and their whole tagline for the Xfinity Series has always been trophy hunting. I know when they went to Cup, a lot of people moved that slogan to Cup. That slogan's always been based on their Xfinity team. I'm not downgrading the Cup team, but when that slogan started, they only had the Xfinity program. When they talk about that trophy hunt, it's only the Xfinity program they typically talk about. Obviously, they want to win trophies everywhere, but obviously when you get to the highest level of motorsports, it's harder to win than it is on the one ring down, and they've won plenty in Xfinity Series. But AJ Allmendinger average finish 7.66. They talked more also about this year they've done this. They brought in Ty Norris. They talk about one welcome, and that's the whole collaboration between all the teams there on the RCR campus in Welcome, North Carolina. Talking about Colleague Racing, Richard Childress Racing, and then Big Machine Racing, all right there together on the campus. All get ECR engines, all have the alliance and everything. And the stronger you make everyone coming out of Welcome, North Carolina, the stronger each team can be as well. So AJ Allmendinger, average finish at Talladega, 7.66. Obviously, they ran well here. He's won here in the past. Colleague Racing's won here in the past. Hopefully with that, yes, they're on a downslope right now, but hopefully they can kind of bounce back, get that big win here, get AJ his win, get him off into the round of 8. Right now, he's below the cut line, so they need a good run there. Jeb Burton, average finish 10.5 at Talladega. Riley Herbst, 10.75. Sheldon Creed, 11.0. Ryan Sieg, 11.75. Josh Williams, 17.0. Austin Hill, 18.25. This is not an Austin Hill track for some reason. Don't understand it. Brandon Jones, 20.5. Of course, now that I talked about this, does not mean an Austin Hill track. Austin doesn't go out and win the race probably. All right, one race down in the round of 12. 2 races to go, 2 more rounds to go before we get to the championship 4. There's been a lot of talk here recently of the playoffs. We don't need the playoffs. Go back to the old system. 20 years in, by the way. We don't need a driver to win a race and be able to run for a championship. Okay? Here's the thing, and I've pointed this out a few times, but I'm going to actually say it here. So we have 12 drivers who made the playoffs. After race 1, Cole Custer plus 41. Chandler Smith plus 36. Austin Hill plus 26. Sam Mayer plus 13. Sheldon Creed plus 10. Shane Van Gisbergen plus 8. Jesse Love plus 3. Riley Herbst plus 1. Justin Allgaier minus 1. AJ Allmendinger minus 13. Parker Kligerman minus 15. Sammy Smith minus 23. If one of those 12 drivers wins here today, they will move on to the round of 8. They're not running for a championship yet. You got to earn your way to run for a championship. It's not like you win a race in the regular season and all of a sudden you can become a champion no matter what happened in the regular season. No. Especially in the Cup Series, you got round 16. You got to be into the round of 12, into the round of 8, and then into the championship 4. Same way here, you got round of 12. 4 drivers will be eliminated. Then you go to the round of 8. 4 drivers will be eliminated. So you don't just luck into a championship 4 position. You have to continue to work. You have to run well. You have to be consistent. You have to win races to move on. I just don't ever want NASCAR to go back in a non-playoff situation because you don't need championships being over with a ton of races left. You can't have these networks pay billions of dollars for TV rights. Championship finale at Phoenix. We're going to crown a champion. Oh, sorry, the champion was crowned last week. This actually is not a championship race after we pumped it for a year. So sorry, life goes on. You never see another sport, pick your sport, that you crown a champion and are still either racing or playing games. You don't see that. Maybe occasionally on an IndyCar you might see that. On some major racing you might see that nowadays, but typically you don't. But in NASCAR we saw that in the past. That was a thing. You had the Dale Earnhardts, the Jeff Gordons winning championships with races left. So think of your casual fan tuning in to watch the championship finale. Oh, this is NASCAR's championship weekend. We're going to watch the race. When you mean the champion's already crowned, how are they racing if the champion's already crowned? That don't make any sense. I know in baseball, when they win the World Series, once they get to 4 wins, the series over. If it's 4 games or 6 or 5, how does this the championship get it? I don't understand. And they just turn off of it. So you gotta have a situation where you can have that build up for the finale, which we have now, which has worked for quite a while now. It's worked better than it ever has in the past, but just my opinion. Anyway, moving on. Right now, Justin Allgaier, AJ Allmendinger, Parker Kligerman, Sammy Smith got some work to do in the next 2 races, Talladega and the Roval. Good luck, y'all. By the way, AJ Allmendinger is undefeated at the Roval. 4 picks to win the United Rentals 250 Talladega. Gotta go Dinger. AJ Allmendinger, Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed, and Cole Custer are the 4 picks. 12-8 in the Truck Series this year, 17-10 in Xfinity, and 7-22 in the Cup Series. Stay tuned for later on today for the Cup Series preview for tomorrow. As always, thanks for watching the Rubber Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports content.